In this video, we're going to see about how to use nested for loop inside a list comprehension. So for that, I have defined two different lists here. One is colors, other one is shapes. And I want to print one item from each list together in the output window, like how it is shown here. So in order to get this output, what I can do is I can store this as the list of tuples. And that list of tuples would get stored inside this color shape. And on the right hand side, I have written a list comprehension. And how do I say this as a list comprehension is by enclosing it with a square bracket. So in the beginning of the code, you have to write the code that is gonna add the item to the list. Since I'm gonna add each and every item as a tuple here, so I've written code for tuple x comma y, and x is gonna iterate through colors, y is gonna iterate through shapes here. And followed by that, I have written nested for loop. So the outer for loop is for x in colors. The reason why I'm gonna iterate through colors in the outside loop is because in the first two lines, if you notice, the color is being the same, only the shape is changing. In that case, you want to put the value that is not changing in the outside and the value that is changing in the inside loop. So for x in color, so x is gonna carry the first item red, and followed by that we have the next loop which the interpreter is gonna read for y in shape. So y is gonna carry circle. For x being red and y being circle, the interpreter is gonna add this as the first item in the list as a tuple. Now after adding the first item, your interpreter again gonna come back to the inside loop. So for y in shapes, and we have one more item left, so this time y is gonna carry rectangle, and for x being red, the y is gonna be rectangle. After adding the second item, again your interpreter is gonna come back to the inside loop for y in shapes. So this time there are no more items left after rectangle, and that's when the interpreter is gonna exit from this inside loop. So once after it exits from the inside loop, it's gonna get back to the outer loop, which is for x in color. So this time the next color would be green, and x being green, y is gonna iterate through circle first and then rectangle. And again there are no more items left after rectangle. The interpreter is gonna exit from the inside loop after adding the last two items, and again go back to the first loop which is for x in colors. Now there are no more items left after green, so that's when the interpreter is gonna exit from this list comprehension, and in the next line it's gonna print the color shape together. There you go, it has printed it as a list of tuples.